Hi friends, I hope this is in shot. I don't have one of those fancy cameras that shows me what I look like, and I don't have a mirror behind me or whatever, but we're just gonna go with it. I'm hopping on today to give a message from the universe. Okay, that might be giving myself a little too much credit, but I've been reading through emails and messages, and I feel like people just kind of need a little bit of a reminder that CP is not all bad, and there are so many positive, amazing things to come of it. I was sort of like laying in bed this morning thinking about it, and I was thinking about the Amanda that first started this YouTube channel, right? If you go back and you watch my first video from years ago, it was me sitting in my mom's basement talking about how I felt like I didn't have a place, and I felt like I didn't really have anywhere I belonged, and I didn't feel like I knew anyone with cerebral palsy or anyone that kind of got who I was down in the deepest part of who I am, right? On a superficial level maybe, but I didn't feel connected in a very real, intense way to a lot of people at the time. So I hopped on here and I found a community and I just kind of feel very, very blessed by it right now, very lucky. Blessed isn't really a word that I use too often, but it's the way that I feel. I feel very lucky for what I have gotten out of this community and out of this space. And reading through your guys' messages, I feel like maybe we just need a reminder that CP is not all bad. There's so many beautiful things that have come of it for me, and hopefully for you guys too. And off the top of my head, I thought of maybe 4 or 5 things that mean the most to me right now, that have become of my growth through cerebral palsy and my channel. And the first is I remember being so frustrated when people would stare at me. There was a time when I was in community college and my mom had come with me because I was picking up my textbooks, and I was getting out of the car and there were these 3 girls staring at me, and I was so insecure that they were looking at me, and they started talking and they were standing by their car, and I felt like they were just waiting to watch me walk by, and they must have read my vibe because they stopped me and they said, I just wanted to tell you, we're not staring at you because you're a walker, we're staring at you because we're just telling each other how beautiful you were. And I just thought that that was very sweet, but also a very humbling reminder that it's not always about my disability, and people aren't always looking because of ill-intended curiosity or wanting to mock or wanting to talk. Sometimes they just are looking because I mean, we all get curious about things, right? Like, people are gonna stare, so I figure give them something good to look at. Like, give them something fun to look at, smile, have fun when you can. People are always gonna have down days. I do, we all do, but I've kind of come to this place of like, yes, people are always gonna look, have fun with it, give them something good to look at, whatever. Another thing I used to struggle with is people asking questions, just approaching me and wanting to know, like, and it wasn't more so like the questions they would ask, but the way they asked it. What happened to you? What's wrong with you? I was training somebody at work last year, and she was in a very high position, and she was sitting at my desk after I had trained her, and she said, honey, what happened? It just kind of like that, and I said, huh? Like, what happened? What do you mean? Kind of playing dumb, playing coy, but just because it's more fun that way. But I mean, the bottom line is, if people are gonna ask what happened to you, it's your chance to tell your story. Not everyone gets the opportunity to share their story, right? Not everyone has people coming up to them wondering who you are, what happened to you, what's going on in your life, why are you in the place that you're at in life. So I'm lucky in that way, and for anyone that has people asking those questions, it gives us a unique opportunity to kind of share what we're all about with a stranger, and who knows what's going to become of that, because you could make a new friendship that you wouldn't have otherwise without that initial awkward interaction, right? The next thing that I have kind of worked through and found to be not always negative, like I once thought, is having things be harder to do on my own. It's very fucking frustrating to not be able to reach something higher up, right? It's very frustrating to want to go out with my friends and show up at the restaurant and have them not have an elevator and everything is stairs, right? And there have been situations where I've walked out I was with management and we went somewhere, and it was all stairs, and I got frustrated, and in the moment I left, and I'm like, I'll see you guys later, like I'll come back to work, I'll see you in an hour after lunch is over, whatever. I shouldn't have done that. Like the thing is, if you're surrounded by friends and your friends care, your friends are willing to help you. If you can't reach something that's higher up, that's why you date a tall, beautiful, handsome man that will do it for you. Or that's why you surround yourself with a guy who doesn't mind if you grab his arm when you're losing your stability. That's why you surround yourself with friends that are true and are willing to help you, because that's what friends do. You have to learn to ask for help, and you have to learn to accept it, which is very hard for me to do at times, but a very important thing to learn and to remember. Easier said than done, but slowly put it into practice in your life, and I think it will become easier to do. Another thing, I was kind of making notes here so I didn't lose what I was thinking about, because I've been watching, you guys, I've been so distracted by 48 Hours in Dateline. I'm like, I want to throw up a video, I want to do this, I want to get this out today, and I've been watching murder mysteries. I'm like, okay, if I don't just write down a couple things, I'm never going to get this done. I don't know who else is like that, but I get distracted by Pandora, I get distracted by my text messages, and I get distracted by Investigation Discovery ID channel. Horrible. And I think to kind of wrap everything all up together, when I was talking about the first video I ever made, I remember feeling like there wasn't a community or a place for me or somewhere where I could relate to other people, because my friends were out playing sports and being super active, and I wanted all of that. Like the inside of me, my soul, my heart wants that. When I hear a strong beat or like a crazy loud song, or I see people dancing, my soul wants to be doing that so badly. Like my adrenaline rushes. I see the smile on people's faces when they're doing that, and I want that so bad. I just want to like be able to skip or run down the street, or like jump into my significant other's arms, and not have it be awkward, or just the little things that I cannot do. And I remember just feeling kind of really lost at the time of making this YouTube channel, because I was seeing the people in my life and my friends kind of going through all these little things and these monumental events in their life, and not being able to do that. But the thing is, like, just because I cannot do it the way you do it doesn't mean I can't do it. And it's like a solid reminder for myself, but also for everyone else out there too. Something I always tell myself is I will find a way, or I will make one. And I'm getting that shit tattooed on me, because it's something that, it's so true. It resonates so deeply with me. Fuck. Like, there's very little that I cannot do if I want to do it. It's a matter of setting my mind to it and then deciding, Amanda, okay, how are we going to accomplish this? If I cannot do it like the person next to me, that is no reason for me to not try it or attempt it. I just need to think outside of the box and find a different way. And that goes, same thing for you guys. Like, don't give up on your dreams. Don't not try something because you're afraid of failing or falling. If you fall in front of people because you're attempting to do something, at least you're gonna be the memorable one, right? Like, you know, so just stay positive. Know that you're not alone in this. There's a community of people out there just like you, and if you ever need someone to connect to, I am here for you. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you soon.